Alright students, today I want to discuss two very important theorems. The first theorem that I want to discuss today is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, the Pythagoras theorem is useful both in geometry as well as in trigonometry, and therefore this theorem has got great importance right from ancient Greece. When Pythagoras first gave this right angle triangles theorem, he created a stir because lots of people were trying to give this proof. And remember, Pythagoras theorem is about right angle triangles. Trigonometry is also about right angle triangles. And that's why the concept of Pythagoras theorem is extremely important. Alright, what is this theorem? First of all, if we have a right angle triangle, okay, let us suppose triangle ABC is a right angled triangle. Okay, so what are we given? Given in triangle ABC, angle C, rather angle B, in this case we will take angle B. Angle B is a right angle. Angle B is a right angle. What are we supposed to prove? To prove that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Now if you write this in bracket, it's okay. If you don't write it in bracket, it's also okay. It is understood. Okay. Now proof. Now before I write the proof, I want you to understand something. What you see when you are asked in the exam to write proof of this Pythagoras theorem as well as the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Both theorems are extremely important, and all students should know the proof of these two theorems by heart, because either of the two will be asked in the exam. Generally, one of the two is always asked, so you should know this. Okay. First of all, what is the theorem? Prove that in a right angled triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of two sides is equal to length of the hypotenuse. Square of the length of the hypotenuse. Remember, this is the hypotenuse. Okay. Now, what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side. Hypotenuse is the longest side of a right angle triangle. The longest side is always opposite the right angle. Opposite the right angle is the longest side. So in triangle ABC, angle B is a right angle. The side opposite to angle B is AC. Therefore, AC is called the hypotenuse, and it is the longest side. AB will be great. AC will be greater than AB. AC will also be greater than BC. So what is the theorem? The theorem says that in a right angle triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of two sides of the triangle is equal to the square of the length of the hypotenuse AC. That means AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. That is what we are supposed to prove. Alright, so for this I draw a median like this, or rather an altitude. So we start with what is given. In triangle ABC, angle B is a right angle. Angle B is a right angle. This is given to us. Okay, this is given. Always start with the given. It makes things easier. Now, in triangle ABC, angle B is a right angle. That is given. Therefore, what is the hypotenuse? AC is the longest side and AC is the hypotenuse. Alright, it is the longest side and it is opposite to right angle B, and therefore it is the hypotenuse. Now, let BD be an altitude on AC. Okay, let us call this as point D. Let BD be an altitude on AC. This is by construction. We call, what reason should we give? By construction. We can construct. Okay, by construction we have constructed BD and altitude on AC. So obviously this is a right angle. Alright, now we compare. You see, in this case we simply compare two triangles. See, there are See this triangle ABD. Angle B is a right angle. This is D is a right angle. Remember, D is a right angle. Then this is ABD. Therefore, this is B. Okay. Now take this smaller triangle. That is also a right angle triangle. Okay. And remember, angle in this case, angle D is going to be a right angle. Okay. Angle D. This is a right angle. And this is angle C. So let this be C. And BDC. BDC. Therefore, this is B. Okay. So I got triangle ADB, triangle AD, and triangle BDC, two right angle triangles. Actually, there are three triangles. Triangle ABC is the bigger triangle, triangle ADB is the smaller triangle, triangle BDC is the smaller triangle. Alright. So what we are going to do is we are going to compare triangle ADB. Okay. See, comparing triangle ABC. See this bigger triangle with triangle ADB. Okay, angle A is common. Angle A congruent to angle A. This is common angle between the two the bigger triangle and the smaller triangle. The bigger triangle and the smaller triangle. Okay. Also, angle you can see in case of the bigger triangle ABC. Angle ABC is a right angle. Okay, and in case of the smaller triangle ADB is a right angle. ADB, what should I write in bracket? Right angles. These are right angles, so they are equal. Obviously they are congruent. So therefore triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. Why? What reason can we give? We can write AA corollary. Only two angles are congruent, therefore the third angle is congruent, triangles are similar. So now here I have got AA corollary, triangles are. Now if I take the ratio of sides, AB upon AD, AB upon AD, see AB upon AD, okay, is equal to BC upon BD, BC upon BD is equal to AD upon AB. This is the bigger triangle AC upon AB. Okay, now you can see here the first and the last one. Okay, so if I take the first one and the last one, AB into AB, AB square. AB into AB, AB square is equal to AD into AC, is equal to AD into AC. Let this be result number 1. Okay, now we are comparing the bigger triangle with the smaller triangle. Which one? Comparing triangle ABC, that is the bigger triangle, with the smaller triangle BDC, triangle BDC. Again, angle C you can see is common. Angle C is congruent to angle C. Reason, always write the reason in geometry. COMMON, common. Okay, the common angle between them. And then in the bigger triangle, angle ABC is a right angle. Angle ABC is a right angle. And in the smaller triangle, BDC is the right angle. BDC. Into bracket I can write right angles. Okay. So now again, therefore just like this one, you see triangle ABC is similar. Remember similar sign. Triangle BDC. Into bracket I can write AA corollary or AA postulate, AA axiom. So if they are equal, if they are similar, then AB upon BD, see the ratio, AB upon BD, BC upon CD is equal to BC upon CD and is equal to AC upon BC, is equal to AC upon BC. Now you can see here what is being repeated, BC is being repeated. So if I cross multiply here, therefore I get BC square is equal to CD into AC. Let this be result number 2. Now if I add 1 and 2, adding result number 1 and 2, adding 1 and 2, One result is AB square, BC square. So therefore I get AB square plus BC square is equal to AD into AC, AD into AC plus CD into AC, CD into AC. Now if I take AC common, then in bracket I get AD plus CD. Now look at AD plus CD. AD plus CD is AC. So I get AC multiplied by AC. That is equal to AC square. So AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. That is what we want to prove. Therefore, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This is what you wanted to prove. Okay, there you go. This is Pythagoras theorem. Now once again, this is an extremely important theorem. The proof of this theorem, there is more than 70% chance that it will be asked in the board exams. Everyone should practice this once, twice, thrice, 4 times if necessary. It's not difficult at all. Once again, what is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is about right angle triangles. Okay, in a right angle triangle, there can only be one right angle. The side which is opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the longest side of the triangle. In triangle ABC, angle B is a right angle, therefore AC is the hypotenuse. And AB will be less than AC, BC will also be less than AC. Now, Pythagoras theorem is specifically about right angle triangles only. And it is an extremely useful theorem, both in trigonometry and in geometry. Now, what is the theorem? In a right angle triangle, prove that the sum of the squares of two sides of a triangle is equal to the square of the length of the hypotenuse. That is, if in triangle ABC, angle B is a right angle, then prove that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Alright, now in this case, if you look carefully, what I have done is by construction, I have constructed BD, which is an altitude on AC. That means it is a right angle. This angle D, there is a right angle out there. BD is perpendicular to AC. It is called an altitude. Okay, D lies between A and C. Now compare the big triangle with the smaller triangle ADB, and then compare the big triangle with the small triangle BDC. Okay, in the first triangle ABC and ADB, the two angles, angle A and angle A are common. Angle ABC and angle ADB are right angles. Triangles are similar by AA corollary. Take the ratio of the three sides. AB is repeated. So AB into AB, AB square, AD into AC. Result number 1. Take the bigger triangle and the smaller triangle. By AA corollary, they are similar. Take the ratio of sides. You can see BC is being repeated. BC into BC, BC square is equal to CD into AC. Result number 2. Add the two results. Okay, take AC common. AC into AC, AD plus CD is AC. AD plus CD is AC. AC into AC, AC square. So AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So this is extremely important. This is called Pythagoras theorem. Now I want to do the other one, that is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now the converse of Pythagoras theorem is also extremely important. Okay, it has been asked several times in the board exams, so please be careful. Now, converse of Pythagoras theorem. Alright, this is the next theorem. In the textbook also it is given as the next theorem only. So, let us understand. Now, obviously, it is opposite of Pythagoras theorem. In Pythagoras theorem, we were given that the angle was a right angle. Here, we will have to prove that it is a right angle. So, supposing, let us take your triangle ABC as usual. We don't know whether angle B is a right angle. Okay, but what are we given? See here. Given in triangle ABC, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This is given to us, and we are supposed to prove that. Now, what are we supposed to prove? That angle B is a right angle. Prove that angle B is a right angle. Okay, once again, see, in Pythagoras theorem, we were given that angle B is a right angle, and therefore we had to prove that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Exactly opposite. Given becomes to prove that, to prove that becomes given. So given what in triangle ABC, we are given that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. The sum of the square of two sides is equal to the square of the third side. Prove that angle B is a right angle. Alright, so we'll start with the proof. Now obviously we start with what is given. Okay, in triangle ABC, what are we given in triangle ABC? AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Now this is given to us. Alright, this is the fact which is given. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to construct something here. See, look at this one. See this, we have got two axes here. Okay, remember x-axis, when you draw a graph, you got the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. This is the origin, O, where the two axes meet. That's called the origin, and the two axes are always at right angles, at 90 degrees. Okay, now there is a point, by point plotting theorem, there is a point, say F, okay, such that BC is equal to EF. Okay, OF. Let us say BC is equal to OF, and on this axis there is a point D. Okay, such that OD is equal to AB. Right, and this angle B is right angle. Now we join D and F. We join D and F. Now this becomes a right angle triangle. Alright, so now first of all I'm going to write here, there is a point F on OX, that is this x-axis, okay, such that okay, OF is equal to BC, and there is a point D on OY. See this OY, such that OD is equal to AB. Okay, and also OX is perpendicular to OY. Okay, all this is by construction, by point plotting theorem. This is called point plotting theorem, or simply construction, by point plotting construction, by point plotting theorem or by point plotting construction. We have just constructed it. Even if you write in bracket by construction, it's okay. So therefore, in triangle DOF, okay, in triangle DOF, measure of angle O is 90 degrees, right? Measure of angle O is 90 degrees, so it becomes a right angle triangle. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, we have just proved Pythagoras theorem, and that is for right angle triangles only. By Pythagoras theorem, what can you say? That OD square plus OF square is equal to DF square. Okay, OD square plus OF square is equal to DF square. But OD, see this, OD is equal to AB, and OF is equal to BC. OF is equal to BC. So instead of OD, I can write AB. Instead of OF, I can write BC. Therefore, I can get AB square plus BC square is equal to DF square. Okay, is equal to DF square. But AB square plus BC square is given as, you can see, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This is given to us. Okay, if you combine both the facts, therefore you can say AC square is equal to DF square. Therefore AC is equal to DF. Right? That means all three sides are equal. AB is equal to OD, BC is equal to OF, and AC is equal to DF. Therefore, we can say triangle ABC is congruent, not similar. Remember, congruent. All three sides are equal to triangle DOF. Okay, by what theorem? By SSS theorem, which you studied in previous classes in 9th standard. SSS theorem. The two triangles are congruent. If the triangles are congruent, then angle B must be congruent to angle O. Okay, therefore angle B is a right angle. Angle B is a right angle. Why? Because angle O is a right angle. Angle O is a right angle. Angle O is equal to angle B. Therefore, angle B must also be a right angle. This is called converse of Pythagoras theorem. Alright, let's revise this once again. We have done Pythagoras theorem. This is converse of Pythagoras theorem. What is given in the Pythagoras theorem is that the triangle is a right angle triangle. In this, we are supposed to prove that the triangle is a right angle. Okay, angle B is a right angle. Therefore, you can say triangle ABC is a right angled triangle. It is a right angle triangle. Okay, because one angle is a right angle. But important thing is that it is the opposite of Pythagoras theorem. Here in triangle ABC, we are given that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. We are supposed to prove that angle B is a right angle. So we construct something. What do we construct? We construct this. We know that in a graph paper we have got x-axis and y-axis. The x-axis and y-axis are perpendicular to each other. They intersect in the point O, which is called the origin. So this is 90 degrees. Okay. On x-axis there is a point F such that OF is equal to BC. On the y-axis there is a point D such that OD is equal to AB. Now join DF. So by construction, we have constructed triangle DOF. This triangle DOF has got angle O as a right angle. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle DOF. So OD square plus OF square is equal to DF square. Okay. But we know that OD, we have just constructed OD is equal to AB and OF is equal to BC. So I can write AB square plus BC square is equal to DF square. Okay. But we are given that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So AC square is equal to DF square or AC is equal to DF. So if you compare the two triangles, all three sides are equal. AB is equal to OD, BC is equal to OF, and we have proved that AC is equal to DF. So if all three sides are equal, then the triangles are congruent by which theorem? By side, 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 SSS theorem. If the two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding angles must also be congruent. So angle O corresponds to angle B. So if angle O is a right angle, then angle B is also a right angle. So that means angle B must be a right angle, or triangle ABC is a right angled triangle. This is called converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now again I am telling you, Pythagoras theorem and converse of Pythagoras theorem are extremely important theorems. Both these theorems have been asked every year, one of the two. If Pythagoras theorem is asked, then converse is not asked. If converse is asked, Pythagoras theorem is not asked. But generally, one of the two is always asked. In other words, there is a 90% chance that either of these two will be asked. One of the two. And you should be thoroughly prepared for this. Make sure you repeat this several times and learn it by heart. Okay? That should be enough for today. Later on, I will discuss more problems based on Pythagoras theorem and converse of Pythagoras theorem. Have a nice day and stay safe.